AFL football. They'll push him off the ball, away from the pack, and that's what's doing. It's very hard for Ricky to get into the game if he's going to have a player playing like that all day. All credit goes to Paddy Burns, my book.
Well, we're just about ready for the start of the second term here at Shell Reserve. Just about ready for a start here. The umpire just making sure that everybody's off the ground that should be.
Couple of changes, I think, Jason. Roachie's at centre-half forward. Barry O'Toole's probably at full forward, but just 30 metres behind him.
Lee Clifford is, looks like he's down in the goal square up against Mick Gann, so big job for Mickey Gann, because Clifford's got a bit of a leap on him. Start of the second term, it's 250 Thomson, Corio 139. Start of the second quarter here at Shell Reserve. It's going to be Lazic and Walker once again. They go up. Lazic gets it down, off hands from Burns to Woofenden, back to Highland. Now he goes with the right foot kick towards Coward coming out. Don't stand in front of Plugger doing that.
Oh, he just about cleaned up Lee Morrison, actually. It was a bit unfortunate. I think he might have been helped along a bit, Plugger.
He's only got 2 speeds. Fast
out
and stop.
I tell you what, he was coming out very fast then.
So Mark Cowan's got it. He's only 30 metres directly in front. Kick one. And, well, this would be the start Thomson would want, and the one that Cryer definitely wouldn't. Coming in now. Kicking with the aid of a slight breeze. You just have to aim it inside the right goalpost for a left footer. I think he might have done that because he's put it straight over the umpire's head for his second. And the 9th for Thomson, they go to 9-2-56 and they lead Cryer 139. That's on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard inside the first minute.
45 seconds that he actually kicked the ball, and that was taking time to line it up and everything. So
I'm not sure what Mark's saying here at the moment. I'm not sure what he's saying. I'm sorry, or that's my space. Keep out of it.
Stay away.
I think it might be the latter.
Stay away.
But I mean, the point is, Laurie, that they've got a discipline. Obviously, he's got the right to tell players to get out of his way, and that's great team discipline, isn't it?
I like it, Eric. I like a full forward to use a little bit of discipline up there. That's his job. Don't crowd his space. Give him something to run into. He ran in there beautifully, didn't he?
Umpire with the footy in the centre of the ground. Lazic and Walker once again. Lazic up high, gets the tap down. Highland, little tap to Gardner. Well, he faked the handball, runs on, gets a little right foot kick. Over the top, Humphrey can't quite reach it, so the marker's dropped. Keating more than happy, I think, just to paddle the ball over the boundary line between wing and half forward flank on the outer side here at Shell Reserve. Almost in front of our broadcast position, the boundary umpire puts the footy in. And yeah, you can see there Paddy Burns actually holding on to Ricky O'Toole, but the ball came down to Daniel. Oh, magnificent mark to... would you believe? Thank you very much, umpire Lee Morrison again. And he was totally out of that contest, and he came from nowhere and put the 2 hands up. And well, when it's your day, it's your day, isn't it?
He's having one of those days.
So Lee Morrison, 35 metres, 45-degree angle, kicking to the southern end. We're perfectly behind the kick as he moves in on the boot. Well, he's probably looked for a bit of bruise that perhaps wasn't quite there, and there's his first blemish for the day. 4-1 for the day to Lee Morrison. But on the Raiders Bingo Centre scoreboard, Thomson moved to 9-3-57. They lead Corio 139.
McNamara from fullback will go to the social club side. Goes in that direction now. Nan Curvis, and also all going up should be paid to Mark Gundry, and it is just at half back. So try and drive the footy towards centre wing, possibly. Goes towards O'Toole now. Ricky. O'Toole takes the mark in front of Burns, right on centre wing. He goes with the right boot towards half forward. Atchison and O'Toole. O'Toole in front, punched away by Atchison. Steins there. Wanted to try and get a handball. He dropped the footy. Should be a free kick to Cryer, and is. There's no advantage there. Have to come back now.
Good umpiring.
So we'll come back to Walton.
Geelong gone to sleep. 7 goals, 4 apiece, I understand, into the second quarter.
Oh, here we go. Surprise, surprise. Now, Walton goes towards the lead and can't take the mark. Walker and Bradley wraps him up. He gets rid of the footy though. Goes back Gann. Rides the bump. Goes back towards Daniels. Good hands. Armstrong missed it. Goes to Nankervis. Got a bit of time. Gets a Shepherd. Goes to the right foot. High kick towards Morrison. That man again. Oh, gee whiz. He's everywhere. Lee Morrison. Handball inboard to Gardner. Fade the handball to Wolf and goes to the right boot towards centre forward. And Maharis.
Yeah, if that umpire's heading him, he really should have reported him. Well, it was just unnecessary.
The ball has been relayed to the mummy.
Probably going to cost them a goal.
Nick Maharis.
But so it should have.
We'll have a shot. shot for goal. We see Jason Stein coming off and John Mitchell coming on. We see your man's running down there again, Laurie Armstrong. There he is, running across towards
yes,
Maharis. Because Nick's not the best kick for goal either, may I say.
Lazic with a bit of a leg injury, I suggest.
Yeah. Knee. Doesn't look good. Maybe got a knock on it.
Hope it's not
he's off
because he's been playing quite okay.
He's been playing very well in the ruck. Maharis now from 35 moves in. Didn't drop it too well, but I tell you what, he's has he kicked the goal? What's the umpire? No, he missed it. So an opportunity perhaps gone begging there for Thomson, certainly, and Nick Maharis on the Raiders Bingo Centre scoreboard. 9-4-58 Thomson. They lead Corio 1-3-9, and we've been playing 5 minutes.
So we see Grasses coming on. So just a few changes for Thomson with Lazic off the ground. Kicking by Matty King at this occasion for Corio. Goes to the grandstand side again, looking for Clifford. Off hands, in front. No mark paid by to Maharis. Falls to the back of the pack. Chopped off by Wolfenden. Wanted to get back on the right foot. Didn't have time. Dropped the foot. He said the umpire. Good tackle. And it's going to be Bowman. Oh, well, I thought it was Bowman, but it's Keating with the football. Short little kick. It's all right to McNamara. Standing start. Now he switches play towards King. It'll have to be a good kick. Morrison, good punch away, too high. Stood his ground, play on advantage. Bigham gives it away quickly towards Bennett, who takes a bounce at half back and runs with the left foot towards half forward. O'Toole and Atchison. They fight for it. O'Toole uses his body and his strength to get around from Atchison. Can't take it with him. And it is out of play now for a boundary throw. No, push.
Atchison's kick, I
think. Yeah, push.
In the back.
In the back against Barry O'Toole. So it's going to be Andy Atchison at half back for Thomson. Now he goes with the right foot kick towards centre wing. In front, Dale Morrison. Off hands, Highland. Straight through. Got one high from Matthew King. And we'll take the free kick on centre wing. Now Highland goes to the right boot towards half forward. Morrison again holds on. Oh, he's taking the one-hander. He's giving us the show this afternoon. Did we pay an entry fee? I don't know. But Lee Morrison's taken the mark at half forward, one-handed, holding off Bennett.
Yeah, don't lean back on him. Lean back on the last one, Eric. Just marginally.
Now Morrison
to put him off.
Well, he's done it again, and he knows. And has it made the distance? Well, it has. Off hands now and through for one behind. So 4 goals, 2 to Lee Morrison. And they go to 9-5-59 now. Thomson, Corio 1-3-9. That's on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. And we've just about played 7 minutes in the second term. Oh, poor kick from McNamara. He's put it straight down the throat.
Dale Morrison this time.
Morrison. Having a picnic these two at the moment.
It is the Morrison day.
So Dale Morrison kicking from about 35 metres out. Going back off the Glen McGrath run up to.
There's a few players doing that this year, aren't they, for some reason?
I'm just watching what's happening here. I think Andon must have to go into the ruck, I think.
Well, with Lazic.
It'd be an obvious choice, wouldn't it?
Oh, well, Morrison, they need kicking practice. Or you might have to go and see him. Goes up towards the goal square, but standing and taking the mark is Carl O'Toole for Corio. And be able to drive along towards Gundry and Anderton. Gundry goes up, Anderton stands his ground. Highland got Gardner inboard. Timmy, bit of time now, can get around Gundry, go on the right boot and go long towards the goal square. He does so now. They go up. King, good punch away. Good defensive punch by Matty King. And through for a rush behind to Thomson. They go to 9-6-60 now. The Tigers, the Devils 1-3-9. That is on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard.
It's interesting, Laurie, with non-playing coaches. The moves certainly are much more easy to make, aren't they? You get a better perspective of the game.
Yeah, I think they probably both the guys would say that as well, Eric. It's say it's easy from there. I think it is.
From the kick in, the mark taken by Bigham. He's a chip kick. The ball still inside the defensive 50 for Corio, and it's O'Toole. Carl drives it to centre wing. Good work. Sabali Armstrong just puts the fist to the ball and gets it again. Picked up there. Well, good pick up there by Bigham for Laurie Bowman. It was for Corio. That finally comes out to Gundry on half forward flank. Off one step. He's had a pot shot at goal, and well, the ball landed in the goal square and didn't proceed.
I think he's got it.
But I tell you what, Bolchevic off the ground, I think may well get the goal. He has, and it's a great goal there to Joe Bolchevic. His first for the day, and the second for the Corio side. Corio 2-3-15. They trailed Thomson 9-6-60 on the Raiders Bingo Centre scoreboard, and that's 9 minutes into the second quarter.
There's a couple of good first efforts, second efforts, and I think might have been a windy in there and boot the ball and goal. It was good effort.
Well, it sort of was an open goal square when Gundry had the shot that landed right on the point of the footy and bounced straight up in the air, didn't go forward 1 inch.
And it was a very good Corio forward thrust too, Eric. There was a few options there as well, and they had guys running there, running in numbers, and it makes it a lot different and a lot easier when you're running numbers in the forward line.
Well, the two youngsters went for the tap out in the centre on this occasion, and it was just won by Anderton for Thomson. The ball, well, the handball intercepted there for Thomson. Finally, Highlands put the ground, and Carl O'Toole gets the footy, drives to centre half forward. Up high there, O'Toole, tapped away by Aitchison. Running onto the ball there is Roach. He's well tackled there by Aitchison. The handball comes back to Barry O'Toole. Off a couple of steps he goes, bang on the right foot, and has kicked his first for the day. And are we now seeing a revitalised Corio? They've gone to 3-3-21. They trail Thomson 9-6-60 on the Raiders Bingo centre scoreboard. Now 10 minutes, second quarter.
Just need to keep going, Laurie, don't they?
Well, very, very handy goals, of course, for Corio. To say they need them, that's an understatement, Eric. And but it's the manner in which they've got them. If they can maintain that pressure and be prepared to run the ball and share it around just like that, well, we could be. They could tag this market, bring this margin back a bit. They've got a bit of work to do just yet, though, I must admit.
Certainly have.
Anderton and Clifford in the middle. Anderton goes up early. They both get a hand to it. Balls to the back. And Clifford gets the kick away towards centre half forward. O'Toole pushing back, and Gann also. Gann, fresh air shot. Then Maharis comes through. He kicks it off the ground, goes back in towards the back pocket. And it's in the left forward pocket for Corio. At the northern end of the ground is going to be a boundary throw-in. With the Devils into attack once again. 9-6 playing 3-3.
Laurie, Thomson just don't need to lose the intensity, do they?
No, they do not. I'm sure the run will be out there to make sure that doesn't happen, Eric. And
so a boundary throw-in, left forward pocket for Corio. Anderton. And rode by Cullen, goes back towards the square. Shepherd on for Bradley, so it should be able to sit up for Aaron Bradley. He can run away. He's got Nankervis short, and Lee Morrison making a big run, as is Dale. Dale takes the mark in front of Bowman. Now what's he got to kick to? Not a lot, so he just holds it up. It's Gardner and Armstrong run down. He goes in that direction now, and also his brother Morrison over the back. Good play, Clifford, and he takes the mark at centre half back for Corio. Just slips, he's going to kick now. He just settles down and goes wide to King, who takes the mark. Takes the bits and runs towards centre wing now. Goes to the right boot towards half forward, but they line up the Tigers, and Anderton has taken the mark. Gives it off to Maharis. Goes to the right boot, back inboard, looking for Morrison. He's up against a couple on this occasion. And through the hands, Bennett got a kick away. Nankervis has to make up a bit of ground, can't grab it. Now Lazarick, blind turn, does well. Gets away on the right boot, goes long, but there's Maharis standing again and taking the mark. And in front of O'Toole. Yeah, he gets it away to Atchison by hand, goes towards Gardner, and goes up, can't take the mark. Burns is there, Carl O'Toole back towards Wolfenden, and also Lazarick. Good play by Anderton just to break the ball free. Ricky O'Toole runs in there, also getting a quick away. Cullen might be okay, coming across Atchison to try and keep the pressure on Bolchevic, and does so effectively. It will be a boundary throw-in in the right forward pocket for Corio.
Quarter time GDFL, East Geelong 2-2, North Geelong 2 goals, Belpost Hill 8-4. I think the score from Anarchy's 2-10. So they've both had a bit of the footy.
I was just going to say, Eric, all of a sudden there's a bit of pressure on the defence of Thomson.
Yes, testing them out a bit from the throw-in. Good work by Walker. Pushed the young fellow Anderton out of the way. Finally it falls to Barry O'Toole. He has kicked. If that's a goal, it's a miraculous goal. He grabbed the ball in the middle of the pack, threw it on the left foot. Unfortunately, just a little offline. So behind to Barry O'Toole and behind to Corio. On the Raiders Bingo Centre scoreboard, 3-4-22 Corio. They trail Thomson 9-6-60. We're playing 13 at second quarter.
So Armstrong once again. From fullback for Thomson, we see Mitchell coming off and Stein to come back on for the Tigers. Armstrong still with the footy at fullback. He gets legs to go to the social club side, looking for Maharis, who goes up and doesn't take the mark. Play on the call. Nankervis off the ground, and he's hurt himself too. Maharis hurt his back going up for that mark. It's off the ground and out of bounds for a throw-in in between wing and half forward for Corio on the eastern side of the ground. Maharis has recovered. He's walking back with his hands on his hips at centre half back. Boundary throw-in. Lazic's back on the ground also, but on this occasion it falls to Bowman, who's taken a bounce and taken 2 bounces. He's inside 50 now. He's taken 3. Nobody's coming at him. Now Atchison does. He's run a long way. He's in the pocket. Tried to get it back towards Roach. It might sit for Walker, who can kick a goal, can he? Yes, he can. The big man's done well. And he has put through his first goal of the day. And they've kicked the last three, Corio. In fact, they now go to 4-4-28. Thomson at 9-6-60. That is on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. 14.5 minutes gone.
A good solo effort by Bowman, Laurie, but why as a defender wouldn't you run at him?
Well, I don't understand that at all, Eric, but good running. He just probably ran a little too far. He just got himself tied up a little bit of a knot there. He didn't quite know what to do with it in the finish, and they'll probably fortunate to get a goal out of it, actually.
Umpire puts it up in the middle. Lazic back on the ball, but the tap forward is one Corio's way. It's picked up by Steen at centre-half back. He's kicked it wide. There's only Corio there, and it's Alford. Picks the ball up on the left foot. It's too far for Ricky O'Toole. Leading in the race for the ball is, well, could have been a free kick against Paddy Burns on that occasion, not paid. The ball's come to ground. Players going down, not getting up, so...
No, look, Eric, you've got to be joking, fair dinkum. Look, that's what cools the game. You've got one of the best players in the competition. That's definitely holding the man.
I would have thought from here, and Steen it was that is on the ground. He's not too good. The ball,
so he's not.
Half forward flank. Walker doesn't get the tap. It's come to Gardner, to Highland, just with a little short kick. The ball's gone back into the centre of the ground. Lazic, terrible handball from Lazic. Put Nankervis under all sorts of trouble.
I'll tell you what, he's recovered.
But Steen running from half back. He's got the ball. He's got Morrison at a half forward. The ball comes to ground off Morrison's hand. He follows up himself, ducks his head. Well, you get a little kick forward. Magnificent vision. And it's Dale Morrison who's just drifted into the hole at centre half forward and has taken the mark. So, as we said before, the Morrison show is alive and well today because both Lee and Dale in particular.
They might just have to visit Laurie's school during the weekday.
Well, Dale, his kick earlier was not real good at all from the other side of the ground, but he's coming in. Almost true centre half forward. A much better looking kick, I think. And
he's got it.
I think the goal umpires drifted across, but Dale Morrison, well, I tell you what, from here, it looked like a goal without any doubt. Dale Morrison thought it was a goal, but the goal umpire disagreed. So it's only behind. 9-7-61 Thomson, 4-4-28 Corio on the Raiders Bingo Centre scoreboard. 16 minutes.
And I'm 150 metres away.
You've got glasses on, you should need them, Laurie. Back into play at half back. Goes towards Clifford. He's paid the mark too high, said the umpire. Clifford's got it. At half back goes with a right boot towards centre wing, and he's kicked into the car park, looking for Gundry, but too far. Nankervis to take the free kick.
That might have been justice as to whether it was a mark, Laurie, I think.
So Nankervis, Cullen standing the mark.
I just can't understand why the runner hasn't been out to lead. He actually dropped the mark.
So now Nankervis has got it. The umpire is fiddling around. I've got no idea what he's doing. Now he's going to let Nankervis take it. From centre wing, drives long towards centre half forward. Bennett works the front. Gundry in front as well, takes the two grabber, takes the mark. Playing well. Troy Gundry plays on now, goes to the right boot towards Walton. Off Gann's hands towards Highland, goes back to Walton now, gets a quick kick away. Now Roach and Stein fight for it. Stein gets in front. Roach pushes him towards the boundary line, and it is out of bounds in between wing and half forward.
Half-time, Shell Stadium, Geelong 9-7, lead Fremantle 7-4.
So 9-7 to 7-4 at the Shell Stadium. Boundary throw in. Lazic from behind, falls to the side of the pack. O'Toole, Atchison getting back there quickly in front of Lazic. Left-hand handball, back towards standing start Ganor. Gardner went without it. Now they might be able to pay because running through the middle is Bowman. Sets himself up, goes towards Wolf for a great kick. And Walker. Just read the play better there. Bradley standing in front of him. Popped it over the top and Shea Walker was able to take the mark. Might be able to kick his second goal in this second quarter and the fifth for Corio.
Been a handy move for them, Laurie, putting Walker with his height at full forward as he pops through his second goal.
Yes, Eric, there's a bit of a height advantage there, isn't there? The thing is, Michael Bowman, his pace is a worry out there. When
He's opened up that wing a bit, hasn't he?
He's opened it up out there. And that was a cry, it was a Thomson turnover where he picked the ball up and converted into a goal. It's great stuff. 19
minutes gone, second quarter. Raiders Bingo Centre scoreboard. Corio 5-4-34 now. They trail Thomson 9-7-61.
It's a good game, isn't it?
It is now. At quarter time, you wouldn't have thought so.
No.
So back in the middle, Lazic up against Clifford. Clifford's given him something in the middle since he moved in there, and Walker tells it full forward, so that move's worked at the moment for Corio. Lazic got a hand to it. Now off hands towards Gardner, leaves it behind again. Highland's there though, slick little handball to Anderton. His handball towards Morrison, back to Stein. He left it behind as well, but might be able to pick it up. No, he can't. Now he gets it back towards Morrison again. Dale, slick little handball towards Gardner, but this time they've turned it over again. Keating and also Cullen. Cullen out to Albert, he lost it. Stein, bit of pressure there. Clifford does well. Goes a little right foot kick, only as far though as Lazic back at centre half back. He just wants to settle things down. He goes wide looking for Nankervis. It sits for Terry Nankervis, okay. Now he goes with the right boot towards half forward. Maharis has to make up a lot of ground. He goes over towards the boundary line, him and Gundry. And they see it out of bounds at half forward for Thomson.
Oh, gee, that doesn't look good. Look at Ricky O'Toole in the middle there. He's got a bump up on the hand. Doesn't look good. They can a little forward to have him off.
So boundary throw in. Clifford and Morrison. Falls to front Armstrong. Handball backwards. And Keating chopped it off. And was that a hold? Yes, it was, said the umpire. It's going to go to Thomson. And it is Morrison. Gives it away to Gardner by hand. He wants to break free. Gives it to Lazic, who was standing still. And he got ripped off the footy and held to him, said the umpire. And Matty Cullen can't believe it, but it will be a ball up just inside the centre square at half forward.
Laurie, I just tend to think that
and there's blood.
Thomson are perhaps overusing the ball a bit with the handball at the minute. They're not being as positive as they were in the first quarter.
Yeah, good point, Eric. Yeah, probably right there. They have been doing that.
Is that Lazarick coming towards us with
blood rule?
You can see a bit of a gash on the cheekbone.
Just getting back to that, Eric, in the first quarter they used the ball a lot,
yeah,
but they found their targets all the
more
time.
positive, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
at the moment they're not quite finding the targets.
So Ashley McNamara coming onto the ground to replace Ricky Lazarick, who walks past us with a gash on the cheekbone, and also Humphrey off the ground being replaced by
Dean Oakley.
Dean Oakley.
So back in the middle now, ball up. Armstrong tried to give it to Gardner, his handball. Went backwards, Alford got it, but chopped off again. Morrison tried to give it to Burns. Burns handball for a kick over the shoulder. Going to go to Dale Morrison. Highland tried to play on but couldn't do so. He's going to come back to Dale Morrison. Now his brother gives him a lead. But he goes towards Cowan, who goes up. Can't take the mark. In front, Wolfenden. Can't take it with him. Keating, he's wrapped up by 3 Thomson players. And he's not going anywhere. It's going to be a ball up on 50 for Thomson. They lead 9-7-61. Corio 5-4-34. We've been playing 22 minutes in the second term. The ruck contest. Clifford, Dale Morrison, Highland in the middle of the pack. Goes towards full forward. There's Morrison. Doesn't bounce for him. Bounces for McNamara. Okay. Gets a quick kick away. Back towards Highland again. Kept it in front of him, but King chops it off. And then he gets ripped off the ball by Wolfen, and Lazic attacks it, can't take it with him. Oh, Gardner did somehow and got a free kick and plays on and goes wide looking for Daniels. Might be able to mark it. Yes, he can in front of McNamara. He goes wide looking for Morrison again, so stretched him out wide. Corio and, well, Burns. Should be a free kick. Didn't really go up the footy then. Bennett. And, well, what was that for? I missed that one. It's a free kick to Corio, to Bennett.
Might have given that the wrong way, actually.
Okay, well, Bennett's got it. Goes towards half back. Dale Morrison and in front against Clifford takes the mark. So good mark by Dale Morrison. Cowan gives him a lead. He'll go in that direction now. He just sets it up. It's probably too high for him. Oakley goes up as well. Off hands. Daniels comes in. He misses it. Ricky O'Toole's there. He loses it as well. Coming through. Oakley does well. Highland there as well. Oakley ripped off the football without it. No free kick. Goes back towards Lazic. Kick around his body. Back towards full forward. But Matty King standing there and to be able to clear things for Corio. Now King goes wide looking for Bowman, but Nankervis used the body well. Just a little nudge just as the ball was coming. He did extremely well, Nankervis. Goes to the right boot long towards full forward Cowan. He wants to use the body as well. Off hands to the front of the pack. Oakley snaps it over his shoulder. And as he kicked the goal, I think he might have. That's a pretty good kick by Dean Oakley around the corner. And that's his first goal. Only been on the ground a couple of minutes. And he kicks his first. And the 10th for Thomson. They go to 10-7-67. They lead Corio 5-4-34, and that is on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. 23 minutes gone.
Got a score at Baker's Oval. I'm not too sure whether it's quarter time, but 12-5. Bannockburn, West Cricket Footy Club 5-6.
That'd have to be half time, wouldn't it?
You'd like to think so.
I'd hope so. Tell you what, it's been a big first quarter, 17 goals.
Just going back to that goal, Jason, it was a good bit of work from Mark Cowans again. He just made a contest of the ball and got the ball down, and Oakley was able to finish it off.
Well, from the centre, Lazic, huge tap forward, went straight on the arms of Dale Morrison. He gets the ball to to Anderton. Anderton kicks it wide to half forward flank, and the man in front was Maharis with strong hands. Gets the ball to centre half forward. Mark not taken by Holland, but he butters up pretty well. And, well, there's just a very defensive kick there from the Corio defence, looking for the boundary, the only place he looked for, and from 45 metres he finds the safety on half-back flank. So the ball out of bounds on the western side here of the Shell Reserve. Up high there, taking the ball, Lee Morrison. Well, had an error, he dropped the ball into the foot and didn't quite make it. That's finally Bigham with the reverse torpedo, gets it only as far there as Dale Morrison. He drives towards the goal square. Oh, surely player held without the footy was Cowans. It's against, and it's a 50 metre also. So, well, it might be a little bit more because Roach is having plenty to say to umpire McLaughlin, and I'd suggest if he doesn't slow down pretty quickly, he might have a visit on Tuesday night, because that's not what it's all about. The free kick is against you. You've got to win them and wear them, and he's certainly not going to change his mind, the umpire. So Cowan, from half a metre out, has kicked the ball just about back to Thomson. I think there's a car going down Burnell Road. It's just about hit that car, and that's 70 metres away. So it's a goal to Mark Cowan. He's third for the day, and for the Thomson side, it's their 11th. 11-7-73 now. They've steadied a bit. Corio 5-4-34 on the Raiders bingo centre scoreboard. 25.5 minutes, second quarter.
They've just steadied, haven't they? Just a couple of goals.
Yeah,
crucial.
definitely have. They needed them. Actually, if you go back to the last 2 minutes, had a bit of the fumbles there for a little while. They just couldn't get a handle on the ball. And
well, I think there was a bit of pressure from Corio, which you give them some credit.
I'll certainly give Corio credit for working themselves back into the game and putting pressure on Thomson. But they steadied a little bit, and that's what they needed to do.
So Roachy, per medium, getting the 50 metre penalty, which was about 5, because that's how close to goal it was, is having a spell.
Back in the middle, Lazic, Clifford got it down. Highland roves the pack better. Goes a left foot kick towards half forward. It's going to be Kel Keating's ball if he can make it. Well, it bounces away from him, but he's going to have a bit of time. Cowan makes up the ground, but Keating can run away and go from centre wing towards half forward. Gann goes up, but doing a little bit better there. Bolchevic, Bowman running past, good play. Goes along towards Walker again. Bradley, Walker. Now Stein tries to make up a bit of ground. The big man kicks it off the ground himself. Stein, but great play to get it back towards McNamara, who can't take it with him. Now he can, but he's wrapped up by Gardner and loses the footy. Falls towards Sean Gundry on the ground, and still pretty scrambly in the left forward pocket for Corio, and the umpire might have to come in and bounce it. He will do so now. So a ball up. It's 11-7-73 Thomson. Corio 5-4-34. We've been playing 27 minutes in the second term. Walton goes up against Anderlin. Walton gets it down to the back of the pack. Now off hands towards Elford. Pack develops again. The umpire might have to come in and bounce it and do it all again. He will do so. So still in the left forward pocket for Corio. Burns just directing a bit of traffic in there for Thomson. As Anderton and Walton go up, Anderton gets it down to Daniels. His kick smothered. Goes back towards Gardner. He just tries to tumble it back towards Burns. His handball to Highland. We've said that a few times today. Torpedo punt back towards Lazic. King goes up off hands, and now it's coming through Keating, who does well. Should get a push in the back, and will do so. Kelvin Keating on centre wing goes towards Cullen in the middle. Takes the mark, or can get around a couple and go on his favoured left boot. Long towards full forward. Walker in front. Bradley from behind. Good. Needs a rover at the front. Had one. Bolchevic, but has been able to screw it around far enough. The umpire says yes, he has. So John Bolchevic's second goal, and the 6th for Corio. They go to 6-4-40, and they trail Thomson 11-7-73. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 28 minutes gone. Stop laughing, Eric. I know. That was a goal. I'll go E.
Yeah, so I reckon it missed by a fair margin, to be quite candid.
That's true.
Actually, we were right behind.
You take those glasses off, I think I might need them.
Oh dear, oh dear.
There was a lot of youngsters down here thought it was a goal, so we've got to be wrong, surely. But he's quite an opportunist.
Oh yes, yes. He did well last week in a similar type
he did it last week,
role.
Doing it again today.
Roach just comes back onto the ground and heads towards centre half forward now, so a bit of chopping and changing there for Corio. The ball up in the middle of the ground. Clifford gets the tap down only as far as Gardner. Little handball over the top to Anderton. Gets tackled, but gets his left foot to the footy. In front there was Morrison. Comes to ground. Oh, nice little handball through from Oakley. Finds Morrison to Lazic. Lazic has the pot shot from, well, it was a pot shot from about 50, and it's missed nearly by 50.
It's So about 3 forwards who are not too happy with him either.
Yeah, well, you have a look there. They're miles in the open, and just a lack of talk around the ball carrier. I'd suggest it's out of bounds on the full by a fair margin. And is it
Lazarick?
Lazarick with the footy in the back pocket. Lee Morrison standing the mark. Lazarick kicks it wide to half-back flank, looking for a teammate, surely the man in front. And what's the umpire doing here? No, well,
He paid the mark in front.
I think had to. It was Nan Curvis, the man in front, drives the ball well. Pretty awful looking kick. It's going to land almost at the half forward, and who was it? Bennett was almost stumbled into the footy and couldn't mark it. Punched the ball away when he was the only person that looked like taking the ball, and it's gone off his hands over the boundary line. It's now between forward pocket and half forward flank for the Thomson side. Maharis doing the ruck work, gets it down. Dale Morrison can't pick the ball up, comes to ground. Bowman runs onto it for Corio. Can he get it up? Can. Gets a handball to teammate, drives to, well, Roach very conveniently pushed his opponent right out of the play. Well, there's another... It's not 50 yet, he hasn't kicked the footy away. The free kick has gone to Bolshevik, and Billy Gann was... Vicky Gann was off and running, but Bolshevik comes back with the footy. Goes to half forward. O'Toole has it punched away from him. Comes to Bowman. Oh, great defensive smother there by Aitchison, and he just finished doing the spoiling from the marking contest, and he come back at ground level. Terrific work, and creates a spoil which the smother has pushed the ball over the boundary line. Half forward flank for Corio. In it comes Roach doing the ruck work. Comes down to Sean Gundry off the right foot. Drives the ball forward. Stein pushed out of it by Bolshevik, but then Bolshevik absolutely beset upon by two Thomson players, and well, the ball looked to be out of bounds, but the field umpire has come in. Perhaps we'll throw the ball in the air, very close to the boundary line, forward pocket. We've been playing 31 minutes, must be very close to half time. Umpire puts the ball up, and it taps the ball down, looking for the boundary, and in fact finds it just ahead of Highland of Thomson. The boundary umpire will now pick the ball up. Still half forward flank on the change room side here at Shell Reserve, home of the Corio Devils. Walker doing the ruck work against Anderton. Neither player gets a clear tap. It does come to Gardner. Gardner of Thomson runs away. Here's a one-on-one. Oh, magnificent one-handed mark. Sabali Armstrong. Aren't we seeing some great marks today? He sees Stein running on for the ball. Gets the handball back on the overpart. But now the left foot kick goes to centre half forward. Well, mark not taken by Dale Morrison. Tapped forward by his opponent in King to Cullen. Cullen drives to centre half forward. Anderton in the way there for Thomson. Takes a great defensive mark, and now sees it looks like Bradley takes a handball, goes to half forward, and he finds his team player there in Dale Morrison. Handball to Paddy Burns. Paddy Burns, one of his rare kicks. It's a good one. Lead there is Lee Morrison. Can't take the mark. 4-1 for Corio here, but great work there by Oakley. Finally, the Corio defence, can they get the ball clear? Finally, it's Bigham, drives the ball toward the boundary line, and with 4-1, you would have thought Corio might have done better there, Laurie, but good work by the Thomson forwards.
Eric, I'm not taking a task here. I just want to clarify something. You just said it's one of Burns' rare kicks, but he's done a magnificent job on the...
Paddy, I guess in a normal game would get 25 handballs to one kick. That's what I was referring to. But he's done a sensational job. It's certainly one of Thomson's best players. From the throw-in, it's come to Timmy Gardner. He's gone backwards 30 metres, and he's found Dale Morrison. I don't think he'll have a shot from there. He's about 80 metres from goal, but he's going to have a shot. He's inside the centre square. Half-time, the siren has sounded, and well, Shea Walker.
It'll be a fair kick, I tell you.
It'll be. He's going for the torpedo. It would be a sensational kick, but I tell you what, it's going to land in the goal square. So not a bad effort. But the final half-time score is Corio 6-4-40. So trail Thomson 11-7-73.
The goal kickers to half-time for Thomson, 4 to Lee Morrison, all in the first quarter, 3 to Mark Cowan, 2 to Sabali Armstrong, and singles to Dean Oakley, to Rick Humphrey for Corio, 2 each to Shea Walker and John Bolshevik, and singles to Barry O'Toole and to David Roach. And I'm missing one there, am I? I've missed one there somewhere.
I think the scoreboard's on you. I think you said 6-4, 7-4.
The score is 6-4.
Is it 6-4-40, is it?
And it's
Oh, there you go.
11-7. The Corio, the kids put 1 goal to Thomson up for Corio.
There you go.
That's what
so it's 6-4-40 to 11-7-73. It's 33 points of difference at the main break, and those goal kickers for Corio, 2 each to Shea Walker and Bolshevik, and 1 each to Barry O'Toole and to David Roach. So at half time, it's 33 points the better for Thomson. 11